All right, NQ backtesting session, January 2025, as part of the 2025 backtesting series for YouTube. We got NQ ES, going to be trading NQ, looking at ES as a comparison for S&Ts and stuff like that. Obviously, January, we're going to start from the second, for the first proper week, which is the second week of January, towards the end, 50K account. So let's just get straight into this. It's going to be a raw video, literally just going through, showing you guys how I actually trade. So yeah, let's just go. All right, let's start at 9:30. Just swept these highs. Same thing on here. Dropped to 15 minute. Equal lows here, but respected these fair value gaps here. 15 minutes, so that's an SMT between these, but I would have liked to have seen that get swept, so that's not really amazing. Would want to be looking for shorts realistically in that fair value gap with these lows. Nah, not looking like we're going to offer anything unless we can maybe inverse this 5 minute there. Nah, we're coming towards the end of the session. So next day, going to try and fly through these, especially when there's not anything to actually take. All right, we've got highs here and this fair value gap, which we have tapped into on ES. So that's an SMT between these two. Mark that out quickly. And it does look like we're pushing higher, so I'd probably be looking for longs unless we come into this fair value gap here and start respecting this and look to maybe take these lows, because that's like 1, 2, 3. So that could be quite a strong draw. We'd have to see how we respect this fair value gap. Right, 5 minute. We've inversed all of these. See if we can take a quick little scalp if we pull back. No. But we're flushing through these lows. Let's mark out some of these other ones as potential targets. We want to see us just flush through all of these. We've already swept that one. Nice pullback. All right, okay. So looks like we swept that. Could potentially be looking back towards these highs. What does ES look like? Same thing there with these, an SMT. Let's go to a 5 minute. Do we inverse this? No, we don't inverse that. This just looks like some choppy price action right now. Yeah, this isn't great. Right, it's 10 o'clock. What does the 4 hour closure look like? 4 hour closure looks like we would start going for these lows down here, but we'll see. All right, the internet's cut out. All right, internet's back, but yeah, just completely flush through these, no entry. Maybe look for a pullback into the range. Got this unfilled 5 minute. Same here. Let's see. This is that hourly 4 hour fair value gap. We've got 2 minute fair value gap there that we could look to inverse. That's a 1 minute inversion there. Do we have another 5 minute fair value gap? No. So I'm gonna look to take that. We've had that internal sweep, 1 minute inverse, and literally just as a position, just aiming to take these highs. 1.14 should be a nice, easy position. Yeah, all right, that is 1 trade, 1 win. Lovely jubbly. Take that win, go straight to the next day. Okay. All right, target for me here is going to be this 4 hour fair value gap. Let's see what ES looks like. Same thing here. We've come down, swept these. We are overall bearish. like in this little trend here. So we'll have to get good clarification. We've got this fair value gap here, mark that out. 15 minute. And we've got this 15 minute down here. So all right, we've tapped into this. Got this accumulation up here. Potentially could end up looking to take a position out of this. Let's go 5 minute, 3 minute. Anything to inverse in this leg? No, none of these are fair value gaps, so not looking like a position there. Yeah, literally would have edged first high, so that was good to not take that. We'll go to 10 AM. It's just range bound price action, which really isn't what you want to see. I'd want to see us sweep one side of the range and then maybe inverse this 3 minute. There we go. Take a short here, put stops just below the top of the high. Just targeting that. What does ES look like in the same time frame? All right, let's take that. Short. Gonna go straight to break even there because of that big push down. Yeah, and taking it straight away. That is 2 for 2. Lovely jubbly. And we are literally only on Wednesday, and we are already up 2R, which is beautiful. All right, let's go next day. Thursday, we got this low. What does the 4 hour look like here? Kind of a bit choppy, so nothing super clear right now. These are relative equal highs. Let's go to the 1 hour. 1 hour is just sweat these. Is there a 50-minute value gap in here? There is. And that's some really nice range bound price action. Looks really similar to what we just had. But let's see what happens out of open. Would love for it, yeah. Want to sit and see if we get an S&T or a sweep would be ideal. All right, just swept that low. Let's see if we've got an inverse. We've got a fair value up there to potentially inverse. But we are heading for those lows at the moment. So yeah, all right. Well, why has it got me at 6 PM? What is going on? All right, this is actually the session. Got this low here, we come up, swept this. We have also swept these, but we've left this really nice bearish fair value gap for us to potentially. Oh no, that was the 930 candle. Okay, all right. We've come up, started displacing away from here. We literally swept this by the tiniest amount, which is nice. We've got, this is the target on, yes. Yeah, it's just basically down there. Let's see if we can get a little pullback into that 1 minute. Yeah, I think that's super clean. We can take that as a short. Stops at the body. Put TP at this low, and then we'll break even as soon as we get to there. So sell free contracts there. Let's see what happens. All right, just really early break even, just because we could reverse off of here. So I'd rather just get break even nice and early. Little risk-free trade there. Yeah, we got break evened. And then ended up running at 10 AM. That's fine. We'll take a break even there. And that's target round, so we'll go next day. All right, 9:30, we've got this low, probably going to get taken quite early on. Just going to drop into a 15-minute. Check the hourly, we've got this hourly fair value gap that we've respected. See what we can do on the 15-minute. We've got this fair value gap up here, so could come into that. It's not looking like we're going to. 930's open and respected this fair value gap. See if we can inverse this one, and then, oh. Alright, I want to see another nice pullback and displace down. Gonna put my stops there. Once again, I'm gonna target these lows and go break even if we hit here. 1.33R, sell. Okay, right. That's the first loss. Jesus, that was a very fat candle. Let me check that off. I'm just gonna go to 10 AM and see where we are. 15 minute. We've had an SMT with these, but we've got these highs up here for us to target, and we've got this fair value gap here on NQ. We've got this 5 minute fair value gap here. We can tap into that and start looking for a position away. We've got this 2 minute. If we inverse this 2 minute, then yeah, we're gonna take that. We're gonna want some decent R. So that's 0.97. I'm just gonna let this run a little bit. 1.05. Break even as soon as we get these highs if we tap into those. Yeah, well, instant TP. Lovely jubbly. Super simple there. Draw was extremely obvious. Just a bit of an annoying loss there. Basically makes me just slightly over break even on the day. All right, this one, 4 hour fair value gaps getting respected. We've got 4 hour unfilled here and these highs as targets. I think that's quite an obvious draw, but we are kind of between two arrays on ES, so that's something to be careful about. On the hourly, that was an opening gap. Respected this fair value gap and started pushing upwards. Let's see if we can sweep that, start looking for an inverse. 2 minutes, highest time frame inversion. Yeah, I'm gonna take that, just target there. No, we're gonna target the second one and we'll break even quite early just to be able to get the R. And I'll just trail stops if we end up running. So let's see. Have we taken this? Yeah, we've taken that. I'm gonna go break even there. Just try and get the risk off the table. I think that's quite a smart decision. I hate when this doesn't go on SL. I don't want it to mess up with the stats. Yeah, and break even. And that was a good break even. Would have taken the loss there if we didn't do that. So, all right, we'll go next day. Very expanded on the 4 hour so far, which isn't amazing, but we have left these relative equal highs there. We've got this high still intact here. Hourly, moving this huge fair value gap. All right, we've dipped down quite a bit there, and we've got these to inverse. Let's see if we close that. Yeah, you got this target. It's not really going to be great. Oh, so I'm going to have to look for a better place for my stops. Put it below these fair value gap here. What R is that? 1.11. And then we'll just break even as soon as we reach these highs. I think that seems quite sensible. Yeah, straight to break even. Stick that on the actual thing. If it lets me. Oh my god. Alright, let's see if we run from here. We have swept it on. Yeah. I don't know if we did actually sweep it. No, we made equal highs. So could actually look to re-enter this at 10 AM. Because if that's, oh, I didn't tap into that 5 minute, which is a bit frustrating. Would have hit TP, but obviously got break even there. It's not the end of the world. All right, on here, I think we have respected this fair value gap. We're within this one, but I do still think I'd be bullish. Has this swept? The low is 8.3, and that is 8.325. So they're relatively equal lows on ES within that fair value gap. So definitely could end up coming lower. But I think this looks quite nice as a low resistance liquidity run. Need to see how you respect this. Made these relatively equal lows. Alright, we've seen ES take that, which leaves this as an S&T. Drops to a 5 minute. We've not got a 5 minute unfilled. We've not inversed that either. Alright, now we've swept that. Do we have an unfilled 5 minute anywhere? No. 10 minute? No. 15 minute? We've got this unfilled 15 minute, which could potentially be a target. Let's see if we inverse this 2 minute. Yeah, inverse the 2 minute. Gonna take that as a position, and then gonna target. Just gonna put targets here, and I'll break even as soon as we reach that unfilled 15 minute. Probably just gonna get stopped at a break even here. Yeah. Let's see. Would have been a loss, so good break even once again. Get a lot of break evens on some of these positions. Sometimes it will just run, and when it runs, and you'll just fly straight to TP. But some of you might get frustrated with the amount of break evens, but at the end of the day, break even is like, doesn't really matter, does it? Because it's better than having a loss. And it's like, oh yeah, but like, what if it hits break even then runs to TP? As long as your break evens are running to stop loss more than they're running to TP, then it doesn't really matter, because you know long term you're making more money, and at the end of the day, that's the whole point. So alright, 5 minute. Is this an hourly fair value gap as well? No, it's not. We haven't tapped into the hourly fair value gap. We're within this 15 minute as well. I think targeting the hourly fair value gap might be a good move, because we are within this 4 hour with this hourly below us that we're coming down into now. Let's see, good. No pullback, but now it lets us start looking for longs. 5 minute for us to inverse here. Let's see if we do that. Oh, we just didn't inverse it. I have to wait till the next candle. Alright, now it's an inverse. 15 minute, it's not unfilled. So could look to take this. Put our stops just below this fair value gap. Let's target this high and then go break even here. 1.81, so we'll see. This is a really long trade. All right, break even. Go up to a 5 minute and then just watch this, see what happens. Yeah, looking like break even. Yeah. Break even again. Bloody hell. This isn't more break evens than I usually get. Hopefully February ends up being better. I'll probably try and get February pushed out at some point, maybe towards the end of this week or start of next week. We'll see. All right, we've got the 4 hour again. This is, we're on the 20th, so we've not got much left anyway. Not really got much for us to target here. We got that. That's basically all we've got. 15 minute looks pretty bullish. Just wanted to see a bit of a pullback before we run into that. We got that 15-minute. Can we tap into that? All right, we tapped into that 15-minute open, low, high, close of the 10 a.m. hourly candle. We got this inverse here to potentially look to take. Well, 3-minute. Could look to inverse this 3-minute. All right, now we've come down, we've swept these ones. We've got unfilled 15-minute here, which would be, we're already pretty late into the session, but can take that. It's still, it's only 51. So we'll break even at that 1 minute. We're just going to use bottom of here. We'll just target the top of this fair value gap. Break even as soon as we tap into it. Buy. Yeah, break even there. There we go. We got the tap. Lovely job, Lee. That's another win. All right, 4 hour. Targets are this high, this high. We do also have this one, which is just previous 4 hour. Go on an hourly. Yeah, we're trending pretty bullish right now. Could be looking good for some longs. Swept that 15-minute. Let's drop to 5-minute and see what it looks like. All right, bloody hell, coming pretty deep on this now. I don't even know what I'm looking at, which usually means you shouldn't be trading. If you're looking at it and you don't even know what's going on, then probably not the best idea to trade. Right, clear rejection out of this. Let's see, 3-minute. Right, we've inversed 3-minute. Take that, bang. Is there an unfilled 15-minute? Yeah, unfilled 15-minute there. We target the high and break even once we reach here. Buy. Lot of chop. This price action is terrible. All right, I'm going break even here because we've had so much chop and we've swept this accumulation range. So let's see what we do. We've tapped into that anyway. Just keep playing through. Jesus, I'm gonna trail stops to here because then that would count as a winning day, worst case scenario. And we run it. Lovely jubbly. That's a really big win for us actually. What's the date? 22nd. All right, we got this to target and then these to target up here. Since my laptop on. 18, that'll do. 4 hour here. This is literally our next set of highs. We're quite overextended in this range really. But we're close to these highs on in Q. There we go, and we run it the second I say that. Gonna wait, gonna skip to 10 a.m. All right, now it looks like we could end up going for these highs, but I'm gonna need a pullback because we are so overextended in this range. We've had tap into this fair value gap. Let's go. Highest time frame inversion. We've had this 1 minute. We've got this here as a target. Put the position there. Target there. Literally just going to go for a 1 to 1.05 here because I think that should be a good trade. There we go. And another win in the books. This is actually a really nice session. It's going to look good for the thumbnail and title as well if the stats end up being pretty good. All right, 4 hour, we've inversed. We've inversed this 4 hour and kind of respected this one. So I'm going to mark out previous 4 hour low. We've swept previous 4 hour high on ES. We've got some liquidity building up here. What is that price action? Gonna need a sweep of one side of the range. Clear sweep and displacement through. This price action is horrendous. I'm skipping this day. I would not be trading that. Alright, 4 hour on Friday, 24th of January. These targets, first lot probably going to get hit quite quickly. But we'll see. We near anything up here. I believe is that all-time high? Yeah, so near all-time highs. And then we've got another set of highs over here on NQ. Let's check the hourly. Tap into that 15-minute. It's exactly what we was looking for. Do have some low resistance liquidity down here. Let's see what ES looks like. It's not as bad. Need to really start showing us respect this for me to want to look to take a position. Gonna need to inverse that 1 minute. How does this 15-minute? Jesus. That's a 5-minute inverse. Okay, right, and then we just sweep that one straight away. I'm going to skip to 10 AM, see if we end up getting anything there, but it's not looking good. Really close to those highs on ES, so that could end up giving us a position. Would love to see us come down into this fair value gap. Nice. Start respecting it. This just looks like a really bad PA on NQ, just because of where we are. Looks like we could just come down and start targeting this low resistance liquidity. Let's go 3 minute. We've not actually tapped into an array, so I'm not going to take that. And that is exactly why. Like, did that become an array? Surely. Oh no, but we've got this 15-minute up here that we could look to go into. Not much longer left of the session. Nah, didn't end up tapping into it. I'm fine with not getting a trade there. Stats for this month have been decent anyway. Almost up 3k. That's just a little under 6R, which you cannot complain with. Just under 6R in a month. We swept that. 1 hour. We're in this 1 hour for value gap. Let me check ES quickly. Gonna have to see what we do around here. Alright, now we're in that for value gap. Let's see what we look like at 10 AM. Alright, looks like we're going to be targeting this 4 hour fair value gap on NQ, 15-minute. Let's just mark out this just so we know there's a fair value gap down here. But we'll see if there's anything we can take beforehand. Alright, tap into that fair value gap. 15-minute tap, it's going to get a 3-minute inversion. 3-minute inversion. Position there. I'm going to put my stops down there. It's going to be a big trade if this comes through, and then we'll just literally break even as soon as we get to here. Let's see if we can get that. Yeah, break even. Let's see if we can flush through those highs. Lovely jubbly. That is another huge trade. what's that? Monday 27th. Jesus, this has been a really good month. And within this fair value gap, do we have some targets below? Yes, we definitely do. Looks like we get that as a target, that as a target. This one will probably get hit like off rep, but we'll see. 15-minute fair value gap. Yeah. All right, flush through, swept all of them. Let's go to 10 a.m. All right, that's a really clear reversal there. Could look to start targeting these highs here. It's a 5-minute inverse. I'm not going to take it just purely because we're at 10 a.m. Okay, probably should have taken it. But I wouldn't want to take it on 10 a.m. just in case we literally just like whipped down and then moved away. I didn't want to get caught in that. This is the next lot of targets. Let's see if we come down into a fair value gap or something. We've had the order block. No position. Like that probably could have been a trade, but I'd have wanted to see us come into this 5-minute fair value gap. So not too fast about taking a loss, not taking a trade there, sorry. All right, we're within this 4-hour fair value gap. We've also got one here that we are in on ES. So I think we could end up switching bullish here. Let's see what the hourly looks like. 15-minute, within this 15-minute fair value gap. I want to see us tap into this and start respecting it. Okay, we're now within that 15-minute fair value gap, 4-hour fair value gap. Got this unfilled 5-minute up here. Could look to trade back into the range. We want to see us sweep. Is that? This is really wicky. What does like the 5-minute look like on here? Yeah, it looks like we're going for those highs on here as well. So where is that? That's up there. You could definitely look to target this, but there's just no inverse again. Did that sweep? Sorry, literally eyeballing the camera. 9125. 9125 equal highs. But left equal highs on ES. Now we've come down and swept these. If we get this 3-minute inversion, Jesus, price does not want to come up today. And now we've got equal lows there as well. That could end up hitting, but I'm not taking that. Yeah. All right. Penultimate day. Let's see. All right. Kind of stuck between two parts of the market here. We've got this target above and we are trending higher. We swept this previous 4-hour. Let's go 15-minute. I don't want to see us manipulate. Nice. Let's go 15-minute again. It's an SMT with these. So we'll see if we get anything out of this. Is that 2-minute inversion? If we close that, yeah. 2-minute inversion. Target this. Stops down here. Break even here. What the hell? There you go, buy 5 and then Q. Bang, another win. Jesus, I am cooking on this backtesting session. For January as well. I thought January was meant to be shit. All right, last day. Got this fair value gap here. We've already come up and tapped into this. Next higher target would be there, but I'd be more than happy to see us come down and take these targets here. Oh Lord. All right, that's really clean. 3 minute, see if we get that 3 minute inversion. It's not looking like we're gonna get anything here. Unless we get a clean tap into that with a 1 minute inversion. Take this, just gonna use that body. Take a 1 to 1.05, we'll break even at these highs again. See if we get that. All right. I don't really know what to do there because I would have broke even on that. I might just put TP here, and if it literally just taps into it once, yeah, then that'll get me out of break even. Because obviously I can't go within a minute. All right, that's the end of the backtesting session. Let's look at the detailed report. All right, so we took 15 trades that month. We had 8 wins, 6 break-evens, and 1 loss. That was an 88.89% trade win, 100% day win. Yeah, that's nuts. So hopefully this gives you guys kind of an understanding of how I actually trade. I will drop a video explaining my model at some point, so let me know if that's something that you want to see, and even if not, then I'm gonna make it anyway. But yeah, that's a pretty good backtesting session. If you have any questions, you want to see the model, anything like that, drop me a comment or a message on Instagram or TikTok, whatever. So yeah, lovely jubbly.